All right, we're good. So listen to me, listen clear. I'm speaking from my heart. All right. If you want to level up your life and take it to the next place that seems impossible to you, there's a ceiling, you're hitting the ceiling, and you don't have the resources around you. You don't have the money, you don't have the connections, you didn't have the right childhood, you didn't have anything. I have to speak literal truth. And it's not going to be comfortable. Even when I speak this, I feel it. I empathically can feel the ego coming up, creating defense mechanisms. So I've got to be careful to tiptoe around that ego because no. Anytime you say, no, they don't understand me. You don't understand what I'm going through. I know. We have all types of things that we go through. You think because I'm sitting here on this video, I don't have personal problems? I barely slept in 3 weeks. Okay? That's why I got bags under my eyes. I'm all messed up. I need some sleep. We all have stuff. Every single person that I go into, the most successful people come from the hardest shit and go through it on a daily basis. These people got family issues and trauma. I've already said this in a video before, but I'm really driving the nail all the way into the board. Your resiliency, okay, you might be, yeah, Keith, but I am being resilient, but it's not making any more effing money. I need the money. I was thinking about this. You might do the law of attraction and abundance and say, all right. So listen to this. I looked at another man's eyes recently who he had given up on himself. Low self-worth, didn't believe in himself. And I could tell that he didn't believe in himself. I said, man, this guy's able-bodied. And the only thing that was going on was in between these ears. And then you could take higher up and say, what's going on in the spirit? Is this man equally yoked? What's going on generationally? Is there, this going to sound crazy, I don't care. Is there some type of generational curse? Is there some trauma that's been handed down? You don't know what people have been through. It's way more than just going on. But it manifests here and then it manifests into the life. So how do we go upstream? I know somebody who they noticed they would get anxiety around certain topics. So they went head on into that topic to get that thing solved so they could break that chain and then move up in their life. Imagine you got all these chains on you. It's not about like, how do I get up? It's what chains do I cut? What bonds are broken? What curses can get broken? Any type of curse. It could just be someone that said you're a piece of crap and you're never going to amount to anything, and that cycled in your head. It became a curse. How do you break those things? Because imagine there's a beach ball underwater and it's being held down, and when you cut the chains, it keeps going up a little bit. You cut the last one, it just flies up to the top. Boom. It's abundant and buoyant. Why? Because that's its natural state. You're supposed to be level-headed and clear and successful. Yet you got a toxic family member dragging you down and guilt-tripping you to death where you can't focus on anything, and you can't tell what percentage of this toxicity you're co-creating, right? If you read stuff about narcissists, you got to completely remove yourself from them. You can't completely remove yourself from toxic people. Some of these people are your spiritual soulmates. So when you change the way you see things, the things you see changes. When I'm on my hands and knees at 3 o'clock in the morning, cleaning up the 10th pile of dog puke, like it's a test now. I like it. Can I clean up this whole puddle without a single? If you were to hook me up to an electroencephalograph, hear me out, an electroencephalograph, and see what, just for anger or resentment or any of that, I'm at that point now where it's, most of the time it's not even, wouldn't even be detectable. I'm just doing what I do. Accepting responsibility. Can you respond in love when somebody throws hate at you? What is the lens that you're seeing this through? So once you start to level up your worthiness, your goodness, the way that you treat other people and say, how am I co-creating this problem? What am I not seeing? Okay, so with all that, the next thing is you got to have a vehicle. This is the unfortunate part. A vehicle. You might be half lazy and half stupid, but you have a great vehicle that allows you to make 6 figures. My friend Joshua Latimer, he says this all the time. Check out his YouTube channel. Now he's got an awesome YouTube channel. It's growing. There's a lot of people that are a hell of a lot dumber than you who have figured out how to get what they want. There are literally people who don't have half the ambition or anxieties that you have. And they have nice houses and nice cars and a vacation home. And you're like, what? They don't even stress as much as I do. Maybe they just have a good vehicle. So you have to have a vehicle. Think about this. There are people who have businesses or investments or jobs that they don't have any passion for or don't have any passion for anymore, but it's very clear to them. They're not all emotionally entangled that this is just a vehicle. It's a conduit to get a result, a means to an end. Like they do things right, take care of their customers or they invest, but it just produces something to feed, pay their bills and their lifestyle, right? Even as I talk about it, I get a little bit anxious because I'm not even there yet myself, right? I have a lot of emotional attachments and hangups around money. I grew up poor and I'm still working on that. I've come a long way. So what type of attachments do you have that bring up these little anxieties? I'll give you an example. One of the last things I would ever want to do, because we have a plumber coming to our house next week because one of our toilets. I would never want to be a plumber. I'm a germaphobe. If you meet me in person, I used to fist bump people. I'm getting over that, and I shake hands, and then after I shake like a bunch of people's hands, I go hand sanitize. Like if my wife opens up a door in a restaurant, I'm looking at her hand. Did you wash your hands? I'm just a germaphobe, right? Talk about being a plumber. I'm super appreciative of plumbers, and they make good money, and it's just like, so anyways, I could never be a plumber. Yes, I could. If I didn't have any other option, and I grew up a poor kid on the west side. By the time I was 18, I got a job being a plumber's helper, then became an apprentice. I didn't have access to anything else, and plumbing was the best thing. Bro, I'd become a great plumber. And I would literally work my way up. I'd run a plumbing crew, and I'd probably go start my own damn plumbing business. And I would do it, and I'd wear rubber gloves and sanitize, and I'd probably advertise and market that I'm a plumber who's a germaphobe, so I keep everything so clean that when I bring my equipment and tools into your house, they're actually sanitized before and after going inside of every single customer's home, right? I might just lay them up, and market and advertise that, and end up getting a bunch of customers because of that, right? I'm just like making this up, but I know for a fact I would do that shit because it's a vehicle, is my point. We have these egos that stop us because this weird pride. You know, I always look up to my buddy Eric Reno. I haven't put him in my videos in a long time, the roofer. I went and roofed with this guy when I was like 21. I've been on a bunch of his roofing jobs. He worked for someone else, started his own business, turned it to an empire. I can't even tell you how much they're generating right now. Unless he gave me permission. It's mind-blowing. He's got to be... Like, here's a guy who went to work every day and didn't complain and carried bundles of shingles up and down ladders. He physically bled every day with the sun beating on him, and on top of it went to college at night, and then had a family young, and then started educating himself on how to run a roofing business and doing side jobs, and just kept going deeper, tackling the problem. What are you doing in the time that you are not working? Are you laying around on your phone playing stupid games, just waiting for the pain to go away so you can feel good and say, I'll wait till I feel good. Listen to this. I'll wait till I feel good until I go buckle down and learn this skill that's going to take my life. You are the one holding. You are the one. No, you don't understand. I'm not holding me back. It's my spouse. Okay. So there's a book called Crucial Conversations and Difficult Conversations. Where you're going to be in 5 years is directly proportional to the people you associate with, the books that you read, and the difficult conversations you are willing to have. I was just thinking about this today. I'm at work. The internet has given you access. You can pull out your phone and you can go literally get a book. If you're having problems in your relationship, go get the 5 love languages. If you want your faith, your psychology, anything, right? I wanted to learn more about Jesus and what he said in the Bible because I'm trying to make sense of this stuff. The Gospel of Jesus Christ by John MacArthur. It was an amazing book, right? I'm listening to this book right now about manners and etiquette and how to, like, when people come at, like, if you're at a dinner table, you should always stand up and shake their hand and greet them. Don't shake someone's hand sitting down. Don't be a slob at the table. When you get up to use the bathroom, say, excuse me, I got to go take a dump. You don't do, like, that's obvious stuff. how do you behave and stuff, because I wasn't taught any of that. I don't know any of this stuff. So this is going to make me a ton of money because it's going to allow me to serve people at a higher level. And I'm getting this on a book for $8.96 on audible.com. What are you listening to? I love Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne isn't taking your business to six figures. He's not helping you save up to get that new house. I love Eminem. Like, we lived in the same subdivision. My mom lived on the same street as Eminem. Like, I don't know, it was like 10 houses down. I lived in them. I moved out. I ran away when and my mom moved. Anyways, I think he had already moved at that point. But my whole point is that, like, I loved listening to Eminem. Eminem wasn't helping me pay off those stupid student loans that didn't teach me anything. He wasn't helping me pay off my credit cards. He just entertained me. So in the micro moments, I ran into a guy. I know I'm jumping all over the place because I'm trying to drive this point home. I ran into a guy. This was years ago. And he now was driving a super nice car, nice watch, nice like pea coat. He looked like, I could tell he was multiple six-figure business, and I didn't have shit. I went up to him like, bro, I remember you. I used to see you at the gym. What up, though? He goes, oh, what's up? I'm like, dude, can you give me one word of advice of how you got to where you're at? Because I can tell you're doing good. He looked at me and he said, yeah, I got the perfect piece of advice. Never waste a second. And then he bounced. I was like, oh. So the micro moments that I'm freaking out, like, gosh, when you're working, you could be listening to audiobooks. When you get off work and you get out of the shower, shave, eat, change, spend time with your family, eat some dinner, boom, you could be right back to work, learning and educating and making connections and phone calls and building your business or replenishing your mind or getting some help. There's one thing I didn't say, and I'm about to be done here. If you have something in your life that doesn't belong and you don't want it in your life, the higher part of you doesn't want that thing in your life. Evict it out of your life. And if you can't do it yourself, I just call up to the boss upstairs. Out. I'm done with you or this thing or whatever it is, this person, this thing. If you have some type of, even if it's an addiction, out. You have no authority here, no dominion here. But when you get stirred up and you do it with righteous anger, and you have all the reasons why, and you're clear and articulate, out! Why? Because you have a beautiful life to live and a family and a lot of people that need you and a lot of people that are going to need you and a lot of people, this is the penalty of leadership, that you have to take care of and you're going to have to take care of. And your job is to pay it forward and pass the message down to help other people, each one reach one. I got out of a pit, out of a hole. I was broke in debt, had no self-worth. I thought I was stupid. I used to look at myself in the mirror and call myself a piece of shit. I didn't feel like I was worthy of anything. And I didn't even know it. I was just full of my own stuff, trying to make beats and make music and shit. And to look how far I've come in my life, I'm nowhere even near where I want to be. I want to be worth like $100 million. I'm just using money. It's like, I want to have great relationships. I want to be close to my creator. I want to give and like all these things, all the good stuff, right? But what I'm saying is like, to simplify it, I look at where I've come and what I've come out of. I said, wait a second. It comes down to two things: faith and decisions. I would even put courage in there too. Three things, which is above decisions, because the definition of courage is your own belief to figure things out. Now, here's another thing that's popping up. I wanted to end this, but I got to say one more thing. What if I don't have that ambition and I can't find it and I'm depressed? I can't even reach inside of myself and muster and pull up. Well, where are you getting this ambition from? Where? I don't know. I can speak for myself. When I yawn, that's the subconscious mind integrating and reshuffling the deck and going, to me, that's truth. I was hyper ambitious for selfish reasons because I wanted to be worthy. I wanted my wife to be proud of me and love me for who I am. I wanted to make my father proud. I wanted to prove to those effers that I could actually do it. Like, those are all very motivating reasons, and I'm not saying they're wrong reasons, but then I ended up in a place where I had achieved a lot of the things that I had set out to achieve. Do you see the thing on Instagram and on Facebook? Like, if where you're at right now, 5 years ago, you would have dreamed and cried. It's true. I've watched a lot of my dreams come true, and I found myself, and I never understood what people said. got the successes and I became depressed. I'm like, what? You're supposed to be happy, sucker. I went through the worst depressions with an S at the end. And what I found was, here's where the greatest motivation, this is a candle flame that never flickers. It's when you're not doing it for yourself anymore. Doing stuff for yourself, self-care is important, obviously, but it's because you know you're going to die one day and pass on anyways. What if you have so much love in your heart for other people that you want to do it because you just want to serve and you want to give and you want to be useful and you want to help other people? And if you don't have a whole bunch of like money or resources, and maybe you just have your words, maybe you just have your deeds and your actions. It's an obsession of mine. So get out of your own way, because I think being broke and depressed and being stuck in a hole and stuck in indecision, selfish, self-centered is what it is. I know all about it because I've been there. You know, I've said this before. My hat goes off to my wife. I can't take any credit for any of this. God and my wife. God put my wife in my life, bro. This woman, I could cry. She knows exactly how to get leverage on me. I can't say anything specific on the video because you don't understand the dynamics my wife and I have, and it might sound like I just don't want to open it up to interpretation. I don't know why this woman loves me so much that she's willing to sit with me on a burning hot pan until I see the truth. We'll just sit there and burn together. And and on the back end, I'm like, why would she go through all that for me to see the truth? Dude, she's amazing. I love her. It's going to take a little bit of pain. Pain's a great motivator. Man, I love you so much. I'm out of here. I got a bunch of stuff to do. Yay, yay! You got this. You got this. You got it inside of you. Bring it out. Get amped up. Literally say, I got this. I'm doing this. I don't care. I'm sick of being this way. I'm going to the next level. There are so many people that are so successful that are even younger than you. They didn't have any connections or anything, and they found a vehicle, and they say, you know what? I don't want to do landscaping. I hate landscaping. And they went to the TC, I don't even know the IC. I don't even know the name of the classes. They learned all the best practices of, I'm talking about like luxury outdoor living spaces, and they've built multi-million-dollar businesses, and they've learned how to hire employees, and they've learned how to, they constantly, if you read the book, Ray Dalio wrote a book called Principles. He's like, you try to grow in your life and in your business, and it creates problems. So then you go to work at solving those problems. And then you do, and you get to the next level, which creates more problems. And then you go to work to solve those problems. And you get to the next level, and then it creates more problems. And it's just an endless cycle of solving problems. There's never going to be a day when all the problems are gone. And you're just like, no. So this suffering that you feel is never going to end. And I actually believe it takes more out of you. It's more painful and suffering to sit around depressed and miserable and broken and in indecision and you can't get yourself to just act than it is to just go through the suffering of doing it. And I don't like taking big risks. You don't got to take big risks. You can take a whole bunch of little calculated risks and make a whole bunch of progress. It's all right in front of you. The internet has everything that you need. You can get online courses and programs, ebooks, audiobooks. You can join groups. You can go to masterminds. You can save up a little money, go to a mastermind, take notes and learn, integrate this stuff. You can get coaching. So much. You can get therapy if you need therapy. It's all on the internet. What are you looking at on the internet? Sitting there scrolling TikTok videos, conspiracy stuff. Oh my God, the world's coming to an end. I can't believe, oh my God, this is going to... A percentage of that stuff is true. And another percentage is just a whole bunch of people that know that they can get hundreds of thousands and millions of hits on the internet by creating scary ass headlines and putting scary, creepy footage that the footage may not even be current, but then they're adding stuff to it and make it, yeah, if we do this, we can get, dude, we're going to get 500,000 clicks on this video. We're going to put a scary ass headline and a thumbnail. You wouldn't believe it's going down. Right? Oh, yeah, yeah. And now they're getting paid off that shit, bro. I'm a YouTuber. I know what clickbait is, right? So what I mean is if you just zoom out Whoa, I'm alive. I'm here right now, bro. Whew. I could drop and do 25 push-ups. I can get on the phone and go call 100 clients that I've done work for before and sell them more work. I could do anything. If you got arms and fingers and toes and everything, you got your faculties. Shit.